Shalom, 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 my brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Welcome to another episode of The Awakening. I'm your brother Ananias once again with my brother Yakub, and we're going to be going into a series of different current events. Lord willing, you stick with us. Make sure if you're tuning in, you hit that like button. But once again, we are A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. But before we get started, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Hamajiah for the abundance of all things. And we appreciate everybody tuning in, and for those who will continue to push forward in this truth. We got to endure to the end in order to be saved. It's not going to be an easy walk, but in our walk, we got to be paying attention to the signs so that we stay on course and stay focused at all times. And the purpose of doing these classes is to give our brothers and sisters the things that they need so that they can wake the hell up and understand the signs of the times. So we're going to dive right into it. Now, as you've seen in the title screen, over there in the Philippines the other day, 2 days ago, or I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, they had what you would call the National Feast of the Black Nazarene. Now, I know what that sounds like. That's crazy, but that's what they label it. So that's what I titled it, just to give our brothers and sisters understanding truly as to what's going on. And along with a lot of other current events. But I'm going to put it on the screen. We'll start off with that. Bear with me right quick. All right, this is I just played a video.
The image of the Black Nazarene paraded around Old Manila, escorted by a sea of barefoot believers. The procession is one of the greatest modern spectacles of the Catholic faith. After being downsized for the past 3 years due to concerns over COVID-19, it returns this year with the Filipino brand of Catholicism on full display.
I'm wearing prosthetics, but I am here and I am alive because of the miracle of the Black Nazarene. I believe he has the answers to my problems.
The centuries-old statue of Jesus Christ was in a glass case for the first time, but this did not prevent devotees from scrambling to get on the float. They believe the closer they are to the image, the more they'll be granted its gift of miracle.
The last time the Black Nazarene procession was held back in 2020, more than 2 million people took part. Now, the pandemic may have held back the annual tradition, but clearly devotees have held on to their faith.
At one point, the float looked like it was going to tip over. It stopped moving for a while as devotees took turns climbing and dropping into the thickening crowd.
It feels good to be able to touch him. It feels like our aspirations are within reach.
The massive procession takes place just 1 month after a bomb exploded at a Catholic.
Do y'all see that? Do y'all see this? This is what they call the Black Nazarene, the Black Christ. And they celebrating this. Millions of people in the Philippines gathered around to just be in this statues or this idol's presence. Look at that. Millions of people, and they do this every year. I just ran across it today, so I felt the need to bring it out. I couldn't believe this. If you've been watching the video, you've seen it was millions of people gathered around, trying to just touch the statue, believing that it would heal them, solve their problems. The feast of the Black Nazarene. Think about that. This is the Philippines. The Filipinos are doing this. Now, when you get up until, to the other side of the world, over there in South America, Central America, they have something called, I can't even think of the name of it, but it's something similar to that. Let me pull it up right quick. Bear with me, Israel. Matter of fact, I'll let the video play, and then I'll get to that.
Catholic service in the South, claimed by ISO. But devotees say they believe the Black
Him. It feels like our aspirations are within reach.
The massive procession takes place just 1 month after a bomb exploded at a Catholic service in the south, claimed by ISIL. But devotees say they believe the Black Nazarene will protect them today and in the year ahead. Barnaby Lowe, Al Jazeera, Manila.
You see that? You can't make this stuff up. All right, where is it? Well, I just want to put that back on the screen right quick. Because the way that they were swarming, this statue is the same thing that was actually going on in the scriptures. You know, matter of fact, let me show that. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Mark. Let's go to the book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 25. Now, see how much faith the heathen got in an idol, thinking that he's going to save him, but it's actually our Messiah. But the heathen got faith that it's going to work, that touching this statue is going to actually heal them. I'm going to go to the book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 25. And it reads, "And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing better, but rather grew worse." So this was a woman who had an issue of blood for 18 years, well, 12 years, excuse me. And she went to doctors constantly trying to get them to figure it out, but they couldn't do anything about it. And over time, it grew worse. Verse 27, when she had heard of Jesus, or Yahushua, came in the press behind and touched his garment. For she said, "If I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole." And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Yahushua immediately, knowing in himself the virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, "Who touched my clothes?" And his disciples said unto him, "Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, who touched me?" So Yahushua was performing all his miracles, walking through healing, removing the plagues from our people, giving them the word, giving them the understanding, showing them the example of how to live life. And the people were swarming him, just like they were doing in this video that we're watching. Having faith that if they were just to touch him, touch the hem of his garment, that they would be made whole. And if you watch the video again, I'll play it over. From the beginning, if you pay attention, people are actually throwing their towels and rags and shirts up there to where the people are who are actually toting this statue. And the people are wiping a towel or the shirt with it and throwing it back to the people. And they were thinking that it's healing them. I'm going to play it again.
The image of the Black Nazarene, paraded around Old Manila, is courted by a sea of barefoot believers. The procession is one of the greatest modern spectacles of the Catholic faith. After being downsized
You see how they throwing them towels up there?
for the past 3 years due to concerns over COVID-19, it returns this year with the Filipino brand of Catholicism on full display.
I'm wearing prosthetics, but I am here and I am alive because of the miracle of the Black Nazarene. I believe he has the answers to my problems.
He does have an answer to your problem.
Yo, man, brother, if I may say something,
Go ahead,
man,
Ken.
that's come. Thank you. And listen, man, this is my first time seeing it. I've never heard of it. I might have seen a statue here and there, but I never knew what it was about or whatever. But man, just to witness this big event, you know, on the Black Nazarene, man, this is amazing. Like, this is crazy. This is that you know that Esau and some of our people over there, of course, they know the truth. They know the truth of the true biblical Christ. And for them to, you know, hold that statue in reverence for celebration, whatever the event is, I guess the event just to represent the Black Nazarene is amazing, because it's something that you don't see here in America and in some other European countries. Like, you know, whether they were having with Switzerland, they would have Black Pete, you know, during the Christmas holidays. They have him everybody dressed up with a black face and have an afro and he's Santa Claus helper. But right here in the Philippines, which I always, you know, the Philippine brothers, man, there's something about them, man. You know, some of us would consider them heathens, but you know, which I do as well. But at the same time, I don't know, man. We might have to research, man. They might be, you know, they might be one of the tribes. But however the case, man, it's a beautiful thing to see that they represent, you know, saying the Black Nazarene, they call it.
Right. It's just amazing to me how it's millions of people out there, and yet it's still
Right,
it ain't being shown all over the world. You know,
right,
celebration
right,
like that, you would think that would be worldwide or everybody would know about it, but they keep it
right.
on the hush hush. You know, let me show something else right quick. Come on. All right, this is what I wanted to show earlier. They got a similar celebration like this from Central America all the way down to South America, and it also started over there in Spain. This is actually something else that I'll put it up right quick. It's called Soda. If I'm saying that Semana Santa, excuse me. But this is actually part of Holy Week in Spain. And it's an annual tribute to the Passion of Yahushua, celebrated by Catholic religious brotherhoods. And that's the same thing that was going on in that video. This is actually Catholic dominated religion or society over there. You know, and just
Right.
the casing that you see is all representative of the Catholic religion or their faith. You know,
Right. Hey,
but
you know,
go ahead, King.
Salakia, brother. Salakia. I was just gonna say, you know, we always see Issachar and Ephraim. They're known for having their Catholic pieces and all that. You know, not saying that we for no idol worshiping at all, not one bit. But you know, if you want to represent so-called Jesus Christ, why not represent in the historical way of a black man features? And like we know for when you see Issachar got the white Christ everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. Who we know they are the people definitely, them and Ephraim. But even the heathens, the Philistines, the Philippines, they're representing. Not saying the idol worshiping is not good, but to celebrate the true representation of him, the true figure of Christ, that is something, man. That is
Right.
something. The skin complexion of who he is, man, that says a lot. That says a lot, man.
That's wild. But like I was saying beforehand, they have a similar celebration in Spain and throughout Central and Southern America. But it's called Holy Week in Spain. It's an annual tribute to the Passion of Christ, celebrated by the Catholic religious brotherhoods, Spanish Herman, and fraternities that perform penance processions on the streets almost every Spanish city and town during the Holy Week, the last week of Lent, immediately before Easter. Spain is known especially for its Holy Week traditions of Semana Santa, the celebration of Holy Week. So they can basically do the same thing. They line the streets up and have the floats pushing through there, and the people are
Right.
crowded around in the streets, trying to touch it or holding candles and whatnot. Matter of fact, let me go back to some images. And see some of the similarities of some of the things that have actually came from Spain over here to this world or to this side of the world. You see right here, these same guy with the hooded mask on. These are the same things that the Ku Klux Klan actually wear. And this is where they got it from. And it's actually a celebration dedicated to what? The crucifixion of our Lord, but Caesar Borgia.
Right.
You know? You see, they got the statues, they toting it through the cities. All this idolatrous work that they do. But our people have no clue because they don't advertise these things. You don't see these in the movies unless you see these hooded guys burning crosses in our people's yards or trying to hang them and burn them to death.
Con. Yeah, that's one thing I noticed about Esau. He's big on hiding the truth. No matter what country you go into, they're gonna hide that truth. If, you know, maybe Russia might lit up a little bit for the most part, but all the rest of them, they try to suppress it much as they can.
That's right. It says January 9th as such in 2024, the Archdiocese of Manila has proposed to the Holy See to declare January 9th as the national feast of the Black Nazarene. The liturgy of the word of the Black Nazarene Mass consists of the following readings. So they reading out of Numbers, Psalms, and see what else they got on it. Like I said, I didn't know anything about it until today, so I felt the need to bring this thing out. You know, let's see. So basically, they walk through the city with statues of the Black Nazarene from different areas, and the people flock to it, trying to touch it, giving honor to it, worshiping it, thinking that they're going to be healed. They got a lot of information on it. Let's see. The Feast of Black Nazarene, the Filipino, also known as the Trasleon, after the mass procession associated with the feast, is a religious festival held in Manila, Philippines, that is centered around the Black Nazarene, an image of Christ. It is celebrated annually on January 9th. It commemorates the anniversary of the translation or the transfer of the image from its original location at a church in modern-day Luneta Park to Pueblo. The image was brought to the church of San Juan Bautista, and I ain't even see and try to name these names until May 31st, 1606. Wow. So they've been doing this for a while. By Augustinian Recollect priest in 1608, the icon was enshrined at the Recollect Church of St. Nicholas de Toliente. It was moved to St. John the Baptist Church, which is now commonly referred to as the Pueblo Church. I might be butchering these words, but bear with me, Israel. The solemn transfer eventually became the date of the first of the Feast of the Black Nazarene. So they've been doing this since the 1600s. And the world don't know nothing about this? Come on, man. But we know about Saint Nick or Santa Claus living at the North Pole. But we know about Easter. But we don't know about this celebration that they have. And the crazy thing about it is that it has a Catholic background. And we all know that the Pope actually bows down to what? The same image of Black Christ in the Vatican. You know? The actual popes bow down to a Black image of Christ and pray to it. Let me see.
I mean, that's crazy. Like, if the Catholic Church is the head of the, Christianity, and the Pope himself, he's bowing down to the Black Messiah and the mother and his mother. If they doing it, that If he's doing it, then why not the rest of the world?
Right.
You know, people, it's like they trying to keep something from y'all, man.
Right.
You know, look at him, man. He bowing down, man, like straight up praying. You know, and that's Mary, and that's Christ.
See that? Black
Yeah,
images, though.
right on,
But over here in
right
the
on,
Western world, who they praying and bowing down to? Caesar Borgia.
all day.
If you just
And
type
that's
that
the
name in, what image gonna pop up? You see that? So why he bowing down to a black image? Why are the people in the Philippines toting around a black image?
right.
Something ain't right, you know?
Something ain't right. Huh?
But let me go to Romans right quick. Romans chapter 10, verse 1 through 3. It says, brethren, my heart's desire. Matter of fact, let me put on the screen.
Romans 10:3.
Start at 10 and 1 and read to 3.
10:1. Con. Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I
Read.
bear them record, that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God.
You see that? So Paul was saying, hey, his heart's desire and prayer is for Israel, to the Most High for Israel, that we might be saved. But he said, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Just like those people, the Filipinos, they got a zeal for God, but they ain't, where they? They got a zeal for him, but it's unrighteous, you know? Not according to knowledge. What's the knowledge? Law, statutes, and commandments. For being ignorant of God's righteousness. What's righteousness? Keeping the commandments. That's what righteousness is, keeping the commandments.
Okay.
So for they being ignorant, meaning lack thereof, they don't know what his commandments are because he didn't give the commandments to them. But it said, and going about to establish their own righteousness. So they decided, you know what, we're going to have a parade every year. And we're going to march this statue from this point to that point. And we're going to celebrate. We're going to feast to it. We're going to turn up to it. They came up with their own. They have established their own righteousness. They have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God, but to their own righteousness. Most High say, don't, well, keep my commandments and live. They ain't keeping no commandments. Because he told you, matter of fact, let's go to Exodus right quick, just to get the commandment where he told you not to be doing it. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. And we'll start at verse 3.
All right. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt
Read,
not make.
go ahead.
Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Read 5.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
That hate me. To hate the Lord is to break his commandments. To love the Lord is to keep his commandments. For those who don't know. But right here we read from verse 3 to 5 how the Lord is saying, don't have no other gods before me. Now you might say from watching that video, well, they representing Christ. So that's not another God. But he said, don't make nothing. In verse 4, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or in the earth, or beneath in the water. We ain't supposed to be making no graven image. So for them to be walking through the city toting the image, even though they representing and saying that's the Yahushua, the Black Christ, it's still an idol nonetheless. And all the people, there are over 2 million people participating in that. So they all in idolatry at that moment. They are all in sin at that moment. Though they try to honor him, they breaking his commandments, showing that they hate him, you know? So the Lord is telling us, if we love him, to keep his commandments, and his commandment is don't have no other God before him. Don't be making nothing, damn carving up a statue out of some wood and then run up trying to touch it after you done painted it and put some glitz and glam on it. Put your silver bells and your earrings and your diamonds and jewels on it. You know, you put your gold crown on it, your robe. They even put it looked like they put the curling iron on his hair, man. You know?
I noticed that too. Like, he don't look like the regular white Jesus hair, man. It, like he got the black curly eye.
Right.
Let's make him all the way black, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But they made their own image, and the people actually out there celebrating, thinking they being healed. Look, this man right here got the cross on his neck. That's all Catholicism. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All deemed and formed by what? The Catholic Church. The same thing that you see there is the same thing that you see in Spain, but they do have a better color depiction, but nonetheless, it's all still wicked, you know. But nonetheless, I just wanted to bring this out to show our brothers and sisters how another nation is willing to have an annual tradition to honor our God, our King, our Lord, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They are willing to do this year in and year out. And our people here saying, I ain't got to keep no commandments. Color doesn't matter. Just love everybody. They ain't over there with that mentality, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But our people here, brainwashed, sleep, lost all the way around. But nonetheless, I just wanted to bring that out to show our people about the Black Nazarene, or the Feast of the Black Nazarene. I hate even saying that, because that's blasphemy in itself. Foolishness. But we know exactly who they trying to represent and what it actually represents. But I'm gonna move on to another topic. And this is actually dealing with the Pope, the same people who represent the Catholic Church. Let me play this video right quick. Same one who got those different traditions started. Let's see what they about, what they represent in these modern day times.
And good evening. A big move today for the Catholic Church. The Pope made a historic decision to allow priests to bless same-sex couples.
Julia Fellow now with reaction from parishioners and the LGBTQ community.
Now, the Pope, ain't they supposed to be messengers of God, just like these pastors and deacons? They supposed to be setting the standard. They wicked as hell, we all know, but
be clear, this allows priests to bless same-sex couples, not to perform same-sex marriage or unions. But it's a huge change from what we saw just a few years ago. In 2021, the Vatican's Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith said flat out that the church could not bless the union of same-sex couples because, quote, God cannot bless sin. Over in the River West neighborhood, we found Father Tim Kitsky, who feels the same way as the Pope, that people seeking the faith should never be blocked from receiving it.
They're seeking a relationship with Jesus, and how could I not support that?
The document from the Vatican's Doctrine Office was part of a letter.
see, that be the narrative that they be pushing in these churches, you know.
Right.
Hey, if they seeking him, how can I turn them away? You endorsing it, you know what I'm saying? You're not condemning it, you condoning it. You know, it's with that same come as you are spirit. These are the same individuals who run these seminary schools and theology schools, and they teach these pastors and priests and certify them so they can go in there and teach this wickedness in these churches. And what do you see today? It's out of control.
into 2 conservative cardinals. A preliminary response suggests that blessings could be offered under some circumstances, so long as it does not confuse with the ritual of same-sex marriage.
We have many people in our parishes here who are wonderful, who are of different sexual orientations.
One parishioner believes this decision by the Pope is a positive step forward for same-sex couples.
I think it's a good thing. We've got people in the family that will help a lot.
But this parishioner worries it could open the door to other issues.
I'm open to it. It's a challenging question, but then it also brings up the question of divorced couples, and you're still not allowed to do the sacraments.
The executive director of the LGBT Center of Southeast Wisconsin believes this is a step in the right direction, as nearly a quarter of all people who live in the state are Catholic.
I would love the Catholic Church to support gay marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Esau, she saw, y'all all gay. That's all y'all want, man.
And I would love for them to see same-sex couples in this.
What you had, King?
Salaki King, I was just gonna say, now you're right. You're so right. They are perverse as hell, man. Like, ain't nobody else on the planet Earth more perverse than these devils, man. Like, everybody, man. Like, even if, how you gonna say you're a man of God, man? Like, and say, well, I just can't hold people back from being close in relationship to Jesus. Like, man, ain't no way, man, I can live with myself knowing that I'm marrying some gay couples. I can't do that, man. You know, like, damn near, you asking to be struck down by lightning, man. Like, straight up, lightning bolts for your whole family, man, for doing some crap like that, man. Like, wicked, bro. Wicked is all get out.
Let me get Hebrews chapter 12 and 16 right quick, King.
Yes, sir.
Just
Right
to go
on
what
that.
you would bring up. You already there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is the book of, yes, sir. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
See that? Lest there be any fornicator or profane person, meaning wicked, disgusting person as Esau. Who is Esau? So-called white man. You're Roman, you're Greek, you're Idumean, you're Irish. These same folks. You know what I'm saying? Profane. But we following behind their ways. They the ones actually ruling the world. They the ones dictating what go on, what laws are passed. Why? Because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, according to what? Job 9 and 24. But now they blessing same-sex unions. They already been blessing it. The damn Pope been kissing little boys for I don't know how long. You know, they had so many sex scandals, it's unreal. Every one of them popes had somebody trying to sue him for messing with the little kids, with the little boys. You know, because if I ain't mistaken, are they allowed to be married?
With the popes,
Yeah.
like the cardinals and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You gotta, brother. That's somebody to look up again. I don't know. I don't think so though. I don't think so, guys. I think like the bishops, not the bishop, but the cardinals. I don't believe they can.
Mm-hmm. Wickedness. But these are the same individuals pushing these type laws. Let's go to Acts chapter 5, verse 29 right quick. Because they making a big deal out of it. Now, it ain't a big deal for us as repentant Israelites because we know what we're supposed to be doing. We know we ain't supposed to be following the ways of the world or man, you know. But the fact that they put this on the TV screen shows that they actually look up and deem whatever the Pope says to be important, you know. Let's go to the book of Acts chapter 5, verse 29 right quick.
The book of Acts chapter 5 and verse 29.
Uh-huh.
And it says, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
Rather than men. It's that simple. That's a commandment, right? What we already know, but they making a statement. It's not a commandment, but Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we are to obey God rather than men. So we as Israelites know we ain't supposed to be following no damn Pope. None of these presidents, you know, all this wickedness, all these pastors and priests in these churches who speaking lies. We supposed to follow the ways of the Most High God, you know, keeping his commandments. That's going to guide us. That's going to have us to live a life of success or a prolonged life when we keep the commandments, you know. But a lot of our people hear what we talking about or read what's actually in there, and then they'll have their own mindset like, nah, let's go to John 19:15 right quick. This is the mindset of the other nations and mainly some of our people, the 2/3 that don't want to repent. John chapter 19 and verse 15.
Book of John, verse 9, verse 15.
Yes, sir. 19 and 15.
Go on, Salaki. John chapter 19 and verse 15. And it says this. It says, but they cried out, away with him. Excuse me. But they cried out, away with him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, we have no king but Caesar.
See that? So this was right when they was the Sadducees and Pharisees, the leaders of the Jews at the time, were trying to get Christ put to death, trying to get Yahushua put to death. Pilate was trying to wipe his hands of the matter. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you want me to do this to your king? He said, we ain't got no king but Caesar. A damn white man, a Greek, a Roman. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing our people say today. When they say color doesn't matter or God loves everybody, you saying ultimately, hey, we ain't got no king. Caesar is our king. Caesar boys here. Baby Jesus, white Jesus, that's my king. That's what we saying today when we don't want to hearken down to what the scriptures say. Oh, well, color, it's what I've seen. That's all I know. So I'm going to just hearken to that. I ain't going to read what's in the book. Well, let me show you what he look like, brother, sister. No, that's all right. I'll read it on my own. No, that's what you're saying. We ain't got no king. My king is Caesar. Caesar boys here. So you following after the ways of man rather than what the Lord has prescribed and written down for you. You know, foolishness. But due to the fact of these people pushing this agenda, let's find out something else that's happening behind the scenes that's not being televised, that a lot of our people don't understand. But we'll soon understand in short term. Matter of fact, let me do this. It will come to pass. This is going on up in Canada right now. This is an article, and it says free tampons and menstrual pads now required in Canadian government-controlled men's restrooms. You heard it. You read it. Tampons and pads going to be put in the men's bathroom. Let me go on down right quick. Let me see if this video will play it. Nah, it ain't doing it. All right. I'm going to read this. It says, all federally regulated employers in Canada are now required to stock free feminine hygiene products such as tampons and menstrual pads in all restrooms, including men's. The new regulations, which went into effect earlier this month under Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau left-wing administration, specify that the menstrual products must be in all toilet rooms, regardless of their marked genders, according to Canada's Employment and Social Development website. This means that every female identified, male identified, and all gender toilet rooms will need to have menstrual products, the website says, noting that the availability of these items better protects menstruating employees and makes sure that they feel safe to use the toilet room that best reflects their gender. The policy applies to all federal public service department, Crown Corporation, banks, airports, and train yards, according to the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. You see how wicked that is? Why? Because they following after the lust of man, the ways and traditions of man, the thoughts of man, rather than trusting in the Most High. So tampons and pads gonna be put even in the men's restroom because you got individuals identifying themselves as a man saying he feel like a woman and a woman feeling like she a man. So whatever bathroom they choose to go into, they're gonna have these things available just to fit their needs or to fit the LGBTQ agenda. You know what I'm saying? But to put anything in law to help stop the killing of our people or the bloodshed or to get a reparations, hey, that's non-effect. But they put in law quickly, just like that, something like this to go down. You know? Still there, brother?
Yeah, bro. Yes, sir. I'm here, man. That I tell you, man. Just for them to put tampons in a bathroom, in a men's restroom at that, bro. For why? Like that show you, man. Like it ain't nothing that these people won't go down to the depths and do all these evil works. Like it's crazy as hell. Like, and then too, it's really a setup for a lot of these women too that want to call themselves, I'm a man now or whatever. Because I know it's some type of. It's no way that a man, even if he rearrange his privates, whatever. There's no way that he can have that menstrual cycle. No way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you set it up for women to come into the men's restroom, so they can use it in the men's. It's crazy, brother. Just lunatic. Man, this place needed. We need to call Kim Jong-un, man. You know what I'm saying? Kim, what you doing, man? Come on now.
Hey, he
Yo.
working. I'm gonna get to him in a little bit,
Oh, God. 1 Corinthians 14.
Go ahead, King.
I'm sorry about that. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
So what we just seen, which was put in effect by this guy, this is the Prime Minister of Canada, putting this in place, that's confusion. Those are feminine products. Why are they in the men's bathroom? Confusion. Free. Like that makes a difference. They shouldn't be in there. But due to this wicked society, this land of confusion, this is where we done came to. This is in Canada, so you might as well get ready because it's gonna hit the United States or United Snakes. It's gonna hit. It ain't too long off or too far fetched. It'll be there in a little bit, But let me get Romans chapter 1 right quick. Romans chapter 1. We're gonna start at verse 22, and we're gonna read to 28.
The book of Romans chapter 1 and verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
So he the prime minister. They would think that this guy's wise, but he actually foolish as hell. Read on.
It says, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like the corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
So by them passing these laws and allowing men to marry men and women to lay down with other women and get married and cut their rods off, hey, the Lord gave them up to their uncleanness through the lust of their own heart, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Men don't want to be men, women don't want to be women. The roles are reversed. That's confusion. The Lord ain't the author of that. That ain't how he set things up, But they have gone too far. Now they dishonoring themselves. They don't even want to be what they were created to be. Read on, King.
who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
So who changed the truth of God into a lie? Them same ones who passing the laws. Changed everything that's in the book. His forefather, his ancestor, Esau. Why? Because he would, matter of fact, we'll get to that in a minute. But basically, he would speak great words against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Doing his own thing, thinking that he was the Most High, he could do whatever. That's why everybody got white Jesus on their mind right now, because he painted a picture, painted an image, and beat it into everybody's head. So he changed everything that's actually written in the scriptures to fit his narrative, and he beat it into everybody. So he changed the truth of God into a lie. Now everybody worshiping him versus their creator. You know?
Verse 26, for this cause God gave them up unto vile affection, for even their women did change their natural use into that which is against nature.
Women don't want to give birth no more. They don't want to be with a man no more. They don't want to get married no more. They don't want to be holy no more. Everything in this society is flipped upside down. Woman say, I don't want to be married. I want to be a whore. Man say, I don't want to be a man. I don't want to go work. I want to sit on the couch and be a stay-at-home dad. You know?
Damn, bro.
The women want to go marry another woman. The woman want to dress like the man. She got tattoos all on her face. She got the fade. She's sagging, you know.
Right.
She smoking. She drinking. She doing everything a man do. Now the man he goddamn, excuse my language, 3-inch nails on with glitter. He got eyelashes on. He got his belly hanging out.
Right.
His voice is high pitched. Everything is out of order. The Lord gave him up to their vile affections. You know?
Verse 27, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet.
Yeah, they getting that reward, all right, that recompense for bending over, you know, to be able to be in a celebrity status. You know what I'm saying? All this is coming out now. You know, you got well-known pastors or deacons, you know, and rap moguls being brought out, their business being exposed, how they having these freak off parties. All for reward, all for fame and glory. You know, men don't want to be men no more. They would rather lay up in the bed or lay up on the couch with another hairy man than be with a soft woman.
Damn, bro.
That's all.
Man. So like your brother, I had to get into it about the TD, you know, and you know, man, look, we really don't talk about it because we always been talking about it, man. The Lord just revealing to Israel the wickedness of y'all pastors who we used to follow so much. You know, the leadership of the Christianity church is being diminished in front of our face. The Lord is exposing all of them, and we all know about the case of TD Jakes. Like, that's crazy, man. Big TD Jakes. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly masculine brother, sound like James Earl Jones, you know what I'm saying? The eloquent speaking, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, you know, big brother. And now he's accused, you know, of sexual immorality, you know, and that's what it's going into because it's so much evidence piled up against that brother. I mean, man, it's a lot of evidence going against TD Jakes because of it. And there's people coming out every day. You know, I seen this little interview a couple of days back of it was a homo saying how he had did some things for TD. You know, he took some pictures of him and everything. And I'm like, damn, man. He said TD had a pie in his hand and had a thong on while having a pie. Yeah, man, I promise you. He said that, King. It's like, man, what the hell is going on with Israel, man?
Wow.
Like, man, I mean,
Wow.
bro, and the other, it's coming out, man. They got pictures and everything now, man. So, like, you know, these are the last days for sure, man. These are the last
Definitely.
days for sure, man.
Crazy. Well, we're gonna switch topics again. It's going into some of these doomsday preppers. You know, it's a report or article written by End Time Headlines. Mark Zuckerberg, for those who don't know, is the owner of Facebook. Say he building $100 million compound, a massive underground bunker. All right, try to blow this up a little bit. Said he's building a Zucker bunker. Where foolishness is that? Mark Zuckerberg is reportedly building a sprawling 100 million Hawaii compound, complete with an underground bunker and his own food and energy sources. In a secret project suggestion, the social media mogul is trying to conceal his doomsday preparations. So this guy's spending $100 million on an underground bunker over there in Hawaii. The Facebook founders complex called Kalua Ranch is already partially constructed and is shaping up to be one of the most expensive personal construction projects in modern history, according to a Wire investigation of property records and interviews with contractors. The compound of Kauai Island will consist of more than a dozen buildings with 2 central mansions that will be connected by a tunnel that leads to a 50,000 square foot underground shelter with an escape hatch accessible via a ladder, Wire reported, citing building plans. The property will house at least 30 bedrooms and 30 bathrooms and will also feature dottings of guest houses and a group of 11 dish-shaped tree houses joined together by rope bridges, according to the plans reviewed by the outlet. Wow. Let me see.
Man, it's like Zuckerberg, he knows some things that's going on that the rest of the world don't know, man.
I mean,
You
I would
know,
expect him to, having that much money and that much influence, he should. But
right.
if we see these people starting to build bunkers like this, that means we need to be on the lookout. We need to be
Bro.
understanding what's about to crack.
Right on. And it's definitely about to go down, man. It's definitely about to, because once you start seeing the heathen start moving, isolating themselves from the public, just like the time when during C-19, when they was having that, you remember all the big executives, they was dropping down, everybody was retiring, and they knew something was going on. So, we don't know when that switch is gonna flip or when the Lord gonna ask them to press that button, but it's something gonna happen, man. It's on the brinks.
They showing us signs as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure everybody didn't seen it, but the movie that just came out, that's everywhere. It lead the world behind. If you ain't checked it out, check that movie out. It's going into these people living in these different bunkers and being prepared for different situations. But it also giving you signs and clues throughout the movie as to what they are planning on doing. So when you see these multi-millionaire or billionaires, making moves like this, hey, take heed. You know what I'm saying? Not to be fearful or anything, because we know as Israelites, that our faith and our strength and our protection come from the heavens, from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. But we need to be paying attention to the signs of the times. You know what I'm saying? Stop just sitting there playing video games and just trying to have a good time, but pay attention to the signs of the time. Start getting yourself together. And one of the reasons why this guy is doing this is because of reasons like such. North Korea. Go ahead, King.
I'm so lucky, King. I was about to ask, were you trying to show it to the people? Because on our screen it's just me and you.
Ah, damn. I didn't took it off.
My bad,
Okay.
brother.
So the article was off the whole time?
It was, man. I apologize. I should have said something, but I thought that you was just reading off it, you know. But yeah, that's okay. That's the bunker right there. That's getting placed in Hawaii. Okay, man. Yeah, that's
Lock
a
in
lot of landscape.
Israel. Yeah, I think they just well, it look like they put the name of that place on this highway right here. But the guy building $100 million bunker.
Shucks, bro.
But the reason why he doing it, because North Korea over there, North Korea just test fired a ballistic missile with the potential to reach the entire U.S. So they, if he got social media and they got control of these phones and they able to track and hear everything, hey, please believe that they understand and know what's going on in these other countries. So for them to start preparing and start building up bunkers, they know what's coming. So North Korea got a missile over there that can hit anywhere in the world, but most importantly, the U.S. Said North Korea launched a missile, possible intercontinental ballistic missile on Monday morning, and what analysts said indicated the growing reliability of the reclusive state's illegal weapons program. The missile launched Monday exhibited the range to hit anywhere in the United States, according to the preliminary assessment from the Japanese Defense Ministry. So this missile can hit anywhere in the U.S., anywhere from North Korea. So keep playing if you want to. It says the ICBM class ballistic missile launched this time, if calculated based on the trajectory, depending on the weight of a warhead, could have a flying range of over 15,000 kilometers, which is over 9,000 miles, meaning the whole of the U.S. territory would be within range. Within range.
Shucks.
So if they able to shoot from North Korea to hit anywhere in the U.S., that means anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. So that's why you got somebody like Mark Zuckerberg building $100 million underground bunkers. That's why you got somebody like Bill Gates buying up all the land. He ain't just buying it for his own to grow food on. He buying that land so he can build him a bunker and do some other,
Right.
So we got to be mindful of these things. Let me get let me get Revelation chapter 6, verse 13. Revelation chapter 6, verse 13.
Yes, sir. The book of Revelation, chapter 6, and verse 13.
And we're gonna read the 17.
17. All right.
Read
Revelation
the 17.
Chapter. The book of Revelation, chapter 6, and verse 13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
So those stars of heaven that fell to the earth, those are talking about those ICBM missiles. Read on.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
This is that scroll that it was talking about right there. Said the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll. It's talking about these mushroom cloud when the nuke hit. That's what it's talking about. And it said shall be shaken with a mighty wind. That's that blast that comes from it. We're going back.
Verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
See that when them nukes and them missiles start hitting, every mountain and island gonna be moved out of their place. So it ain't gonna be nowhere that you can actually hide. Well, I'm going to the islands. Nah, them islands gonna be moved too. You think when them nukes hitting and them ICBM missiles, you don't think the water gonna be causing tsunamis? Think about that. Read on.
Verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
Those are the individuals, your presidents, your Trumps, your Zuckerbergs, your Bill Gates, your Jeff Bezos. They running and trying to hide themselves in the dens or the rocks or the mountains, in them underground bunkers. Read on.
And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Who shall be able to stand? While they trying to hide in them bunkers thinking they're gonna be safe, what about the individuals, like majority of us Israelites, who are not going to have no bunker to run into? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Let's go to Zephaniah chapter 3 right quick. This is what we supposed to be doing. Go to Zephaniah chapter 3.
Book of Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse.
Go to chapter 2.
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. Gather together, gather together, O nation not desired.
Lord is telling us, gather ourselves together. Read on.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Read.
Verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
So that we can be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So we can be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So we can be picked up by them chariots and be delivered. When these nukes start hitting, that's what we got to do. We got to turn back to the Lord. We got to gather ourselves together. We got to seek his righteousness, meaning keep these commandments. We got to do what's necessary and have faith in him so that we may be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. Be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. Not trying to go get in these bunkers, but to be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. When they start hitting, Lord willing, we done did what's required to get beamed up so we can get up out of here, be protected and being put into the wilderness while these nukes hitting, All right, but let's see. Is that all I wanted? Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and 39 right quick.
Gotcha. I'm right on it. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 9. For the Lord's portion. Verse 39. Lucky. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, I make alive. I wound, and I heal. neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
So when we read that, we need to understand the Lord do all things. He kill and he make alive. He wound and he heal. But the most important thing out that scripture we need to take with us is the fact that nobody can deliver us or them out of his hand. Nobody can be delivered out of the Most High's hand unless he wanted to be done. So when nukes and stuff hitting or all hell breaking loose, hey, can't nobody escape out of the Lord's hand unless we doing what is required. That's what we need to be doing, knowing who we are and what's required, and that the Lord works with us and not for us, but we got the services of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So we need to know and understand that can't nobody escape the things that he's trying to bring to this earth. We got to do what's required of us in order to be delivered. It ain't no doing our own thing and think we going to escape. Nah, it don't work like that. All right. You had anything you want to add, King?
Man, no, Ken, I was going to say, man, I tell you, yeah, man, those nukes, these nations, they really getting tired of Babylon, man. And you could tell too, man, like everything just adding up, everything matching up the way the scripture said it would. And the worst of this nation get, and the heathens are gathering together against it. You know, it's so much stuff is going on, man. You know it's the end. And when you start seeing the rich, like Mark Zuckerberg say he gonna take cover and go to the island of Hawaii, man, you know it's over now. You know it's over. So I mean, the missiles still gonna fly over there. I guess he forgot about Pearl Harbor, how Japan came in and destroyed,
right?
You know, Hawaii, man. Like, come on, man. They gonna still attack y'all again. But yeah, like you said, Keen, this is it, man. Like, this is it. Israel, hey, get your mind right, get your heart right, man.
That's right. I'm gonna read this Revelation 7:1. The reason why these things ain't happened yet is right here. Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. So the angels right now holding back these different armies from the 4 corners of the earth, from all hell breaking up, from World War III breaking off. You know, they holding it back right now. You see everybody prepping. China, Korea, Russia, they over there prepping and experimenting on different missiles. They ain't doing it for no reason. You know what I'm saying? They doing it for a reason. All these other countries, the Middle East, so-called Middle East, hey, they got their nukes in line. Hey, they doing whatever's required in these last days. Is that you? Okay. But nonetheless, the angels are holding it back right now. Why are they holding it back? Until it's matter of fact, we can read on. Verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of the tribes of the children of Israel. So it's going to be 12,000 of each tribe of the nation of Israel that got to have a law sealed in their mind. You know, before all hell break loose, like World War III. So that's why we consistently building and making these videos and going out to the highways and byways to wake our brothers and sisters up. And there's camps all around the world doing the same thing right now. And this is all of the Lord's will, you know. So we got to be paying attention to the signs of the times. But moving on from this topic, we're going to go to another one. And this is dealing with some technology that just came out. And a lot of people will see it and say, hey, that's pretty cool, but they really don't understand what's really going on. And I'm going to put it on the screen right quick. All right, so the new Rayban glasses that they've been advertising on TV. They've been advertising them on one aspect just so you can listen to music on the side of it, but it got more features that a lot of people don't know about.
Smart glasses are still very much a thing, and Meta is looking to make theirs better than ever for 2023. So let's see what they're all about. One of several things that are new for this year are a fresh set of color options, including these really nice translucent hues. I'm holding the jeans model of the Wayfarer right here, which is my personal favorite. I love translucent tech. We should have more of it. I want to see more stuff I can see through. And this really helps highlight some of the cool new features of the new Ray-Ban Meta collection, including the improved microphones, the improved speakers. So like previous Meta Ray-Ban models, these sunglasses can basically double as a pair of headphones. They discreetly play music through a set of speakers inside. Meta says that these glasses are 50% louder, offer twice the bass, and they do that while leaking less sound than ever. So your roommates and your friends should hear less of whatever you're blaring on these things. They also promise improved controls. I got to test these for myself while listening to some music, and it all felt pretty intuitive. You tap the sides to pause, double tap to skip, and you can swipe forward and back to adjust the volume. Now, one of the bigger selling points of the Meta Ray-Bans are that you can use them to capture video of whatever you're looking at. Again, they are trying to improve that experience for the new model. You now get a 12 megapixel camera up here, as well as full 1080p video. On top of capturing whatever you're looking at while you're wearing these glasses, you're also capturing everything you hear. These use a number of different microphones to capture true spatial audio that when you look back in your videos and you listen back, you'll actually hear those sounds all around you. So I got to test this out. I was wearing the glasses. I had a few Meta reps around me making noises, pretending to be birds and dogs. Then we watched the video back, and those sounds played back spatially, kind of where they should be. So I could hear someone behind me, I could hear someone in front of me. Pretty impressive spatial audio. Another thing, looking forward to testing more. If you're an aspiring influencer, these...
You see that? Now, the average person will look at that and say, hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. But what you are missing out on is the fact that they got the cameras on the glasses. Now, they just said in the video that whatever the guy is looking at, he can tap it a certain amount of times or whatever, and he'll be able to go live on whatever social media platform that he hooks those glasses to. So that's another way of having everybody being a surveillance tool. You know, at one point in time, the camera was just stuck on the building, you know, stuck on the street pole or the lamp post or on the doorbell. But now they didn't work it where everybody gonna be walking around as damn surveillance cameras, seeing everything, recording everything. You know, you ain't got to be in the damn building no more. Somebody come in your damn house and scope it out, see everything in your house and be displaying it to everybody on social media. It's gonna be another way where they expose some of them celebrity parties like Diddy and them be throwing, but nonetheless, everybody gonna be human surveillance cams. And what you think the government gonna do? Right now, the government can type in your name and search and find you through the internet. They can see you at the damn McDonald's, at the ATM, walking down the street. So imagine when you off the street, these glasses gonna be able to spot and see everything. You're gonna have people staring and recording you at any given time. You don't even know they're doing it. Once again, they're making everybody what? Human surveillance cam. But they presenting it as, hey, you can listen to music while wearing your shades. These are top of the line shades. When you watch the commercial that they actually promote, they don't say anything about the camera on it. They just talk about listening to your music and taking phone calls or whatnot. But be mindful of the things that they actually putting out here. It's not for our benefit. It's to keep watch on us. You know, they always watching. Let's get the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and 32. Book of Psalms. Let me see. Book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 32. You might mute it, King, if you're trying to talk.
Oh no, I was gonna say, man, that's crazy as hell. How Esau created spyware, man, and that's all it is. Like you said, it is really just to spy on Jake, see what we doing, you know, see what we got planned up for, and that's all it is. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of other glass companies are right now gonna watch those sales and they're gonna replicate the same thing Ray-Ban did. And it might be a cheaper version, it might not be as unique as Ray-Bans, but they're gonna have everywhere. Hey, look at that, man. That's some James Bond type of stuff, man. You know, I wish we had it back in the day when we was kids, man. I'm my homeboy test,
Right.
man.
Let me read Psalms 37 and 32 right quick. And it reads, "The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him." So like we talking about, there's some James Bond type stuff right there. You know, the wicked constantly watching the righteous. The Israelites are the only ones that can be righteous because we are the only ones who will keep the commandments. The other nations, as much as they say they love God, love Christ, they will not keep his commandments. They will not. Even the ones posing to be us, the Israelis, they will not keep his commandments. They do everything contrary to what the book says. Everything contrary, you know. But it says the wicked watcheth the righteous. How they watching us? Through these lenses, through these cameras, constantly watching us, day in and day out. And seeketh to slay him. So when it says slay him, what is it talking about? Slay us, Jacob, Israel. They seek to slay us constantly, you know. But it's being put out there, and we just got to read the text. We got to read what the Lord has written for us so we can find out the clues and turn around and look and see it in life and realize, hey, the Lord trying to warn us. The Lord has given us context clues to see what the hell is actually going on. Don't be fooled by the wicked. So, matter of fact, let me get one more. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Because that's our enemies were. Our enemies crafty devices. But the Lord said, never trust thy enemy. For like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So never trust your enemy. That's a classic precept. Everybody bring it out all the time. But we, being repentant Israelites, we know who our enemy is now. So when they try to present something to be good to us, we automatically know we can't trust them. And what they trying to present to us is ultimately for our downfall. So never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So is his wickedness. Why? Because the wicked seek to slay the righteous. So anything that man or those individuals going to come up with is going to be designed to do what? Slay the righteous. So this is why we cannot never trust our enemies. But nonetheless, it's been another episode of The Awakening, and we appreciate you brothers and sisters tuning in. I'm your brother Ananias.
And your brother Yakub.
We are A.O.I, The Awakening of Israel. And we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai for the abundance of all things. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, you know, share the content, rewind it if you need to as well. But in these last days, we got to keep watch, we got to stay awake. And that's our job, to keep awakening our brothers and sisters to what's going on, and keep watch and pray at all times. But on that note, we say shalom, shalom, peace and grease to you all, and we out.
Shalom.